Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker even though you're eating what you believe to be healthy foods, staying active, and doing your best to live well? Why is it now harder to stand up from a chair or climb a flight of stairs than it was just a few years ago? You might think it's simply aging, but what if something you eat every day, something you trust to be good for you, is actually the silent cause behind your muscle loss, joint pain, and balance issues? Many seniors around the world unknowingly make this crucial mistake, consuming fruits that quietly drain their leg strength, mobility, and independence. Fruits that once benefited you in your youth may now be working against your aging body. Today, let's uncover the 7 worst fruits for seniors, exploring how each one could be gradually weakening your legs, damaging your joints, and stealing the strength you need to stay steady, active, and independent. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a health tip made just for you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I know how to improve for you. Number 1. Dragon fruit, the quiet attacker. Have you ever reached for a slice of dragon fruit thinking it was a smart, health-conscious choice? It's often praised for its antioxidants and vitamins, but for seniors over 60, dragon fruit may not be the healing hero it seems to be. In fact, it could be silently working against you, especially when it comes to the very foundation of your independence, your legs. As we age, our blood vessels become more fragile, joints more sensitive, and metabolism slows down. Dragon fruit, with its high natural sugar content and certain compounds, can become a hidden threat. Though it tastes light and refreshing, it can cause spikes in blood sugar that harm the tiny capillaries in your legs, the vessels responsible for delivering oxygen to your muscles. Without enough oxygen, your legs grow tired, heavy, and weak. It doesn't end there. The natural acids in dragon fruit can irritate joints already inflamed by age-related conditions like arthritis. If you've felt unexplained stiffness in your knees or burning sensations in your ankles after eating, this fruit might be the cause. For those on blood thinners or heart medications, compounds in dragon fruit can interfere dangerously, making your medication either too weak or too strong. The danger lies in how quietly it happens. You won't notice damage overnight, but over weeks, months, or years, the fruit you thought was helping you might be contributing to loss of balance, increased swelling, and difficulty doing simple tasks like walking to the mailbox or standing from your favorite chair. Sometimes, the things we trust the most betray us the deepest. But dragon fruit is not the only hidden danger. In fact, the next fruit on this list is even more common and more deceptive. It's probably sitting in your kitchen right now, and for decades you've been told it's good for your muscles. Ready to find out what it is? If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let us gently move into the second insight, because sometimes what nourished us in the past may no longer serve the body we carry today. 2. Golden mangoes, the sweetness trap. Golden mangoes, so familiar, so beloved. They've long been seen as the crown jewel of healthy eating, vibrant, sweet, and packed with nutrients. A symbol of vitality, often associated with tropical health and natural energy. For years we were told they were good for our muscles, good for recovery, good for life. But as the seasons of our life change, so too does our body's quiet conversation with food. And in that stillness, a truth emerges, one that few speak aloud. As we age, golden mangoes may become less of a friend and more of a silent thief. You see, these fruits, though natural, are rich in fast-acting sugars and rapidly digesting carbohydrates. When you bite into their juicy flesh, your blood sugar rises swiftly, and for a moment you feel energized. But that moment fades. What follows is a sharp surge of insulin, a wave your body, slowed by time, struggles to ride. For those already dealing with sluggish metabolism or walking the edge of diabetes, this becomes a cycle. A quiet storm of fatigue, inflammation, and muscle depletion. Have you felt your legs heavier after meals? A subtle swelling that seems to linger longer than before? These may not be random signs. They might be gentle whispers from your body, asking for attention, perhaps even pointing to the mango you thought was harmless. And it doesn't end there. Mangoes, though refreshing, can encourage the body to hold onto water in all the wrong places. That puffiness around your ankles after a quiet evening? That unusual tightness in your shoes by afternoon? It may not be age, it may be retention, quietly placing pressure on your joints, making every movement a little more difficult than the one before. And for those living with heart conditions, the sugar, the potassium, and the fluid all combine, not in support but in resistance, subtly challenging your balance, your circulation, and your well-being. We don't often question the things we've trusted for decades, but sometimes that trust deserves re-examination. Because harm doesn't always arrive like a storm. It can come softly, daily, in the foods we never thought twice about. Now, if a fruit as large and golden as a mango can bring such impact, what about the ones we barely notice? The ones we eat by the handful, mindlessly, believing they're the perfect snack. But beneath their sweetness lies something else entirely. Something sharp, inflammatory, and deeply tied to the burning pain in your joints at night. Let's look closer. 3. Dried mulberries, the tiny inflammation spark. They're small, they're chewy, they're praised for their fiber and iron and touted as a healthy alternative to processed snacks. Dried mulberries often find their way into the cupboards of health-conscious elders, nestled beside herbal teas and vitamin jars. But for aging bodies, these tiny bites may carry a weight far heavier than their size suggests. The issue lies in their concentrated fructose, a type of sugar the liver processes almost entirely. In youthful bodies, this may not cause concern. But with age, even a few handfuls can tip the scale. That sugar is converted into fat and uric acid, the latter being especially harmful. Uric acid tends to gather in the joints, knees, ankles, toes, and when it does, it ignites a slow fire. That fire may feel like an unexplained ache in your calves, a burning sensation in your big toe at night, or swelling that returns despite rest. You may not suspect the mulberries, but they're there, woven quietly into the tapestry of your daily discomfort. Even more alarming is how easy they are to overeat. One handful turns into 2 and 3, until your body is flooded with more sugar than you'd find in most desserts. This doesn't only hurt your joints, it feeds low-grade inflammation across your body. Inflammation that slows healing, saps your energy, and gradually undermines your strength. It's often the quietest habits that do the most harm. And if something so small can take so much, what about a fruit that's almost entirely water? A fruit you turn to when you're feeling dehydrated, thinking it's light and healing, when in fact it may be silently drying up your energy from within. Curious to know what it is? We'll uncover that next. But for now, if this message resonates with you, if you've seen your own story reflected in these quiet symptoms, please comment 1 below. It tells me you're here, walking this path of awareness with me. And together, we can keep unveiling the truths that help us heal, one step, one insight at a time. Let's continue with the next quiet truth. Because in the journey of aging gracefully, The most dangerous burdens are often the ones we carry unknowingly, in the foods we trust. 4. Honeydew melon, the deceptive quencher. Think back to the simple comfort of honeydew melon, a chilled slice on a warm afternoon. The feeling of something cool, light, and refreshing as it melts in your mouth. For many of us, it brings memories of peace, of family, of summer, of health. And as we grow older, it feels like the perfect choice. It's soft, watery, low in calories. What harm could there be? But in the quiet spaces of the body, where aging changes how we process food and recover from movement, even the gentlest things can become heavy. Honeydew may feel like water, but inside, it behaves like sugar. It carries one of the highest glycemic indexes of any fruit, causing blood sugar to rise quickly and fall just as fast. And for aging bodies, those already navigating slower metabolism or early signs of insulin resistance, this isn't a gentle curve. It's a crash that leaves you inflamed, tired, and wondering why your legs feel heavier than they used to. And then come the subtle changes. Your knees begin to feel stiff even after resting. Your ankles swell after sitting for too long. A short walk leaves your calves burning with fatigue. And through it all, you believe you're hydrating, doing something good. But in truth, that melon might be depriving your muscles of the oxygen and circulation they need, making every step more exhausting, every stare more daunting. Because it's not just water, it's hidden sugar, and the body never forgets. And just like that, what felt like nourishment becomes a slow drain on your strength. One slice becomes 2, then 3, because it's light, refreshing, easy. But your body knows better. It reacts. And the cost? Soreness, stiffness, inflammation. Isn't it heartbreaking how what feels harmless can be so quietly exhausting? And if a fruit as delicate and beloved as honeydew can betray the body this way, what about the fruits we've trusted for decades as symbols of health, healing, and immunity? Let's move gently to the next chapter. 5. Blood oranges, the acidic intruder. There's a kind of reverence we have for citrus fruits, especially the blood orange. A glass of fresh juice in the morning, a few bright slices beside a sandwich. It's part of our rhythm, our culture, our habit of caring for ourselves. And for good reason. Vitamin C, antioxidants, immune support, these are all real. But as our bodies age, they begin whispering different truths. And sometimes we have to pause and listen more closely. Because within the brightness of a blood orange lies a quiet threat, citric acid. As the cushion in our joints wears thin and our tissues become more reactive, acid can become more than just tangy. It becomes irritating. You may have felt it. The stiffness in your knees each morning. The dull ache in your hips after sitting too long. The slow burning pain that doesn't seem tied to injury or overuse. It might not be just age. It might be reaction. A reaction to the acid that finds its way into your body day after day, through the fruit you believed was keeping you strong. But it's not just acid. Blood oranges carry natural sugars, and when taken alone or as juice, these sugars spike your blood sugar, fueling systemic inflammation. Acid and sugar, working silently together, inflaming your joints, swelling your legs, and subtly taking from you the strength and freedom that once felt effortless. The most unsettling part? How normal it all feels. You wake up and pour a glass of juice, telling yourself it's good for your body. You chew slowly, savoring the freshness. But beneath the surface, your joints are bearing a quiet burden. That's the hardest part of aging, not the lines on our faces, but the discovery that what once gave us life may now be holding us back. And if the iconic blood orange, so rich in reputation and history, can become an enemy in disguise, imagine what might be hidden in a fruit that tastes even sharper, appears more delicate, and is so often misunderstood as the safest, most soothing option of all. You've likely had it raw, maybe before bedtime, never suspecting that each bite could be quietly deepening your discomfort. But we'll explore that next. For now, if this message has stirred something within you, if you've felt these gentle truths echo in your own experience, please take a moment to type 1 below. It's more than feedback. It's a sign that you're walking this path of discovery with me, step by step, awakening to what your body has been trying to tell you all along. 6. Yellow pears. The hidden sting beneath the skin. Yellow pears are often seen as the gentler choice. Mild, slightly sweet, less sugary than many fruits. Their crisp bite and clean finish make them a favorite among those trying to stay on the healthier side. For older adults, especially those cutting back on rich or processed foods, pears seem like the perfect option. They're light, they're digestible, they feel safe. But within that gentle crunch lies something that many people don't realize, until it's already become a pattern of discomfort. The sharpness of a pear's flavor comes from tartaric acid, a compound that can be well tolerated by younger bodies. But as we age, the digestive system becomes more delicate, the joints more reactive, and our ability to buffer acidity starts to decline. That means even one seemingly harmless pear could quietly be irritating your gut, tightening your muscles, or contributing to those nightly leg cramps that leave you restless. The signs aren't always obvious. You might chalk it up to age, a bit of stiffness in your knees in the morning, a strange heaviness in your thighs by midday. But the true cause might be sitting right in your fruit bowl, disguised as a healthy snack. And while yellow pears may not taste overly sweet, they still contain natural sugars. When eaten on an empty stomach, especially before bed, those sugars can create mild but repeated blood sugar fluctuations. For an aging body already working with slower insulin response, these mini surges don't go unnoticed. They manifest in your legs the next morning: fatigue, tightness, or a heaviness that just won't lift. Even the smallest routines, repeated daily, can carry deep consequences, especially when they involve foods that seem clean but slowly wear down your strength. But if a pear can do this much harm without you noticing, what happens when you reach for something far sweeter, something softer, tropical, and adored around the world? Let's talk about the fruit that feels like dessert, but may be the most dangerous of all. 7. Lychee, the sugar ambush. Lychee, the jewel-like fruit wrapped in a delicate rose-tinted shell. Soft, fragrant, delicious. It tastes like summer, like celebration. For many, it feels like a tropical reward, a treat that's still somehow natural and good. But here's what most don't see behind the sweetness. Lychee is one of the most sugar-dense fruits you can eat. And for anyone over 60, that poses serious risks to the strength and health of your legs. While natural sugar may sound less harmful, your body doesn't make the same distinction. Whether the sugar comes from a cake or a lychee, it enters your bloodstream the same way, quickly. And for seniors, this leads to a spike, then a crash. The result? Inflammation, fatigue, a dull ache in your lower body that won't quite go away. Over time, it builds. A burning in the toes, swelling in the ankles, pressure in the knees, a dragging, weighty sensation in the thighs after walking. If you live with prediabetes or neuropathy, the risks go even further. The sugar in lychee can worsen nerve pain, delay healing, and lead to tingling or numbness that creeps slowly through your feet and calves. What makes it so dangerous is how innocent it feels. Lychees are light, refreshing, and natural, so we rarely think twice. But that's the very illusion that allows them to quietly slip beneath our awareness, gradually weakening us from the inside out. And when your legs grow tired, your independence begins to shrink. But here's the hopeful truth. Just as some fruits can break you down, others can build you back up. So what should you eat instead? After hearing about the fruits that may quietly damage your joints, weaken your muscles, and drain your freedom to move, it's only natural to ask, then what can I eat? This is where healing begins, because not all fruits are enemies. Some are your greatest allies, designed not just to nourish you, but to restore you, to help you stand taller, walk easier, move through life with less pain and more purpose. The key lies in choosing fruits that are low in sugar, rich in anti-inflammatory compounds, and gentle on your digestive and circulatory systems. Let's start with berries, the tiny guardians of your health. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. These little fruits are packed with antioxidants that reduce inflammation, boost blood flow, and protect your nerves, especially in your legs and feet, where circulation weakens with age. And unlike tropical sweets, they stabilize your blood sugar, helping you avoid those draining highs and lows. Then there are cherries. In moderation, they've been shown to reduce uric acid, easing joint pain, and even helping prevent flare-ups of gout. Just a handful can make a noticeable difference, softening the tightness in your knees or easing the burning in your toes. One fruit that surprises many is the avocado. Yes, it's technically a fruit, and one of the best you can eat. Rich in healthy fats, avocados help reduce inflammation while offering stable, sustained energy. They cushion your joints from within, allowing you to move more freely, with less discomfort. Don't overlook papayas and pears either. When chosen ripe and in moderation, they're gentle on your digestion, low in sugar, and packed with nutrients that support long-term strength and vitality. These aren't just safe fruits, they're healing fruits. Because when chosen wisely, fruit becomes more than food. It becomes a companion on your journey, a partner in your effort to regain what aging tries to take. Your strength, your steadiness, and your simple joy in movement. And perhaps the most powerful reminder of all is this. The path to better movement doesn't begin with more effort. It begins with better choices. And today, you just took the first step. If you're still here, still reading these final thoughts, then I already know something important about you. You care, not just about your body, but about your future, your freedom, and the life you still want to live. You're not searching for quick fixes or trendy shortcuts. You're seeking something real, truth that speaks not only to your muscles and joints, but to your experience, your wisdom, and your will to keep moving forward. That tells me something even deeper. You're not done. You're not done standing tall, not done walking freely, not done living with purpose, and you shouldn't be. Because aging is not the enemy. Complacency is. It's the habits we never question, the foods we trust without knowing their full impact, the small daily choices we think are harmless. But now, you know better. Now you know that even the fruits you believed were helping might have been quietly draining your energy, your comfort, and your strength. And with that knowledge comes power. Every bite, every decision, every plate is now a chance to either nourish your body or deplete it. You are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of time. You are the steward of your own health. You still have the ability to protect your legs, preserve your independence, and walk with confidence, not out of fear but out of love. Love for your life, your freedom, Your ability to show up for the people and places that still matter deeply to you. Because your legs don't just carry your weight, they carry your story, your passion, your future. If there's one truth life has taught me after all these years, it's this. The body listens. Maybe not immediately, but always. Feed it healing, not harm. Choose motion over stillness. Choose awareness over assumption. And above all, choose hope over habit. Because no matter where you are in your journey, it's never too late to walk stronger. These lessons weren't meant to scare you. They were meant to wake you, to remind you of your strength, to invite you back into the gentle power of choice. So take a moment now, reflect. And if something resonated with you today, I invite you to share one small thing you've learned, one step you'll carry into your life starting now. Let's walk this path together, and if this video helped you, let me know by commenting 1. If not, comment "Whoa." Your voice matters. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content designed to support your journey toward clarity, strength, and living life fully in your own way, on your own terms.